Well, increased screen time could lead to developmental delays in young children. And that's according to a new study conducted in Japan, published by JAMA Pediatrics. It concludes that the more time children ages 2 and younger spend in front of a screen, the more likely it is that they'll have delays in communication and problem solving between the ages of 2 and 4, which is a key time. So here now to help kind of break this down, kind of explain this for us, Rebecca Mannis. She's a learning specialist at Ivy Prep. Interesting study. We were talking beforehand. Tell us a little bit more about this study, the age groups and the delays, and why you're here. This is interesting.
This was a robust study in Japan that gave questionnaires to 7,000 parents. And what they found was that there was a very strong connection between how much screen time a baby was exposed to at age 1 and the children's problem solving and language skills at age 2 and 4. Most important, there was what's called a dose response effect, meaning the more time that a child spent in front of a screen, the more likely it was that the child's language and problem-solving skills would be delayed at both age 2 and age 4.
So to remind people that we're talking, we say kids, but really we're talking about babies. Yeah. We're talking about infants, right?
Yeah.
And that is kind of a modern reality. I remember when my daughter was maybe like 2, maybe less than 2, trying to teach her that when you press a button, you have to put pressure on it. Yeah. Because she's been so used to screens where you just, the lightest touch, you would get a reaction, you know? And I thought, oh my God, if that's one thing she has to learn, what else has she learned or not learned, sort of, being in front of the iPad? But this is when your brain is very, very plastic, as they say. So these delays, are they temporary, or did these kids eventually catch up?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Now, this was an interesting study. It did find that many of the children who were in front of a screen more, meaning 4 hours or more, it was almost 5% of the children who were in front of a screen for 4 hours, that those children had motor delays at age 1 that eventually resolved. But you're right on target, Anne-Marie, that we really need to be doing 2 things. We need to be following children longitudinally to understand the trajectory of their growth, and we also need to be supporting parents from the get-go so that they have skills to interact with their children and so that they are alleviated of some of the stressors that contribute to the children spending so much time in front of those screens.
Yeah. I have a 7-year-old, and one thing that we do when we have screen time is I show her the children's shows that I watch, maybe the old Electric Company. But does the type of screen content matter? Educational programming versus, I call it, social junk food. Does that matter?
It does, because there's an element of what you want to expose your child to, of the pacing of the language, and also the opportunity that it provides for you to interact with your child, and also share your own value system as you're also checking in with your child on your child's understanding and discussing that content as well.
So listen, the genie's sort of out of the bottle. Yeah, right. In terms of devices, I mean, I got to admit, we come home, I look around at our living room, and I'm on a device, my kid's on a device, my husband's on a device, and the TV's on. Right? This is the new norm. So then the question is, moving forward, not talking about infants now, but if you got older kids, what can we draw from this study so that we're not taking those devices away from those kids, but maybe we can sort of draw what's beneficial from them and sort of throw out the rest.
Exactly. Listen, a colleague of mine wrote a wonderful book years ago called The Second Family about the impact of media on our children as a society. But you're absolutely right. From the get-go, we need to be thinking about how we can maintain the interactivity with our children, how we and our children can have robust experiences on screens of all types, but do that in a way that it leads to our engagement. We don't want a two-dimensional life, whether it's about pressing a screen or perceiving what media is providing us in a way that's so contained.
Well, I mean, lessons learned. Sorry, as you're speaking, I'm just having all these iPad-related childhood memories, which is probably terrible. I got to fix my life. Rebecca, thank you very much.
Thank you.